1, go. And now I get to
And they
do a
are
little
off.
dragging. All right, and yep,
And
it
they're
looks like
off.
timers are working. Well, we have to wait for Shizz's crosshair, but
Yeah.
so
They're
yeah, only
gonna be
about a
probably
10-second
moving about the
discrepancy.
same time. Yeah.
All right, here we go. And I guess let me close the predictions. Surely I know how to do that in Streamer and submissions. Right, here we go. It is time.
Yeah. So I assume that the Portal 1 runners are going to be starting from the beginning as well.
Yeah, so everyone's going to be starting before the crosshair spawns. A few categories aren't going to have, well, hopefully aren't going to have to wait for the portal to open like Alpaca is right now.
True.
Hopefully at least. We have, I guess, technically, if everything goes right, we should be seeing 3 vault skips. More likely, we'll probably be seeing 2, but... And then when it comes to Portal 2, I couldn't know less. I know like 4 maps in the game, so I'm going to rely on Fridge heavily there.
Now, please return to your bed.
Yeah, here it's Shizzal's doing some frame perfects. But it'll be a bit until we see some actual
Oh,
action.
real time. You guys are so based for that one. So real time. Let me compensate. Let me edit it to start a little bit.
It's like,
I have it start 1.
feel free to correct me if there's different like shorthand names for people, but I'm gonna call SalmonAlpaca Salmon throughout this thing.
Yeah, I'll use salmon instead. That's easier to say than alpaca, honestly. But yeah, I mean, everyone I shortened. Well, I guess really just alias I shortened just to make their name fit, and I don't know if anyone's gonna hate me for putting any %, but it's really just because the portal font, the capital O is a portal, and I hate it so much.
Oh yeah.
So it's any %. And I guess if Portal 2 players, I know technically the category's name isn't 100% accurate, but I didn't really know when I made the layout, so I'm sorry.
It's all good.
Alright,
we'll remember it for when the home court is on our backyard.
So, when is it that you'd say the run starts? It's like 5, the timer's at like 5 minutes-ish is usually when you guys do vault skip or whatever it's called?
I mean, we don't really have like a skip for it, but container I'd say started at about 4:40-ish.
Okay.
So that's when we'll see Shizzal jump into the container, and then we'll have another 40 seconds-ish of waiting, and then it'll be the
game time.
Yeah.
And then if anyone in chat can confirm that we can hear, you should be able to hear the Portal 2 game, and then obviously hopefully me and Fridge as well. Yeah, we got almost even gambles. We got 19,700 to 18,100.
Man.
So yeah, I hope you guys are going to enjoy the wonderful sounds of Portal 2, because I am not going to be switching the audio. We're going to be purely enjoying the atmosphere of Wheatley.
Yeah, Wheatley's got the voice of an angel, kinda.
Many chatters may hate me for I've literally never played Portal 2. I did like 1 day of CM. I played like 6 hours, and that's it.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I guess in the same regard, I've never played Portal 1 casually either. I just started learning the speedrun.
Yeah, it's kind of the same for me.
Just
one day. Yeah.
I was once gonna try a blind Portal 2 speedrun mod, and then I found out doing that like intended is still like 2 hours long, so...
Yeah. I mean, it's still a fun game to play, even casually.
Yeah, I do want to do it at some point. See if we can get a good. Maybe we can get how many overgoos? I guess we could theoretically. What does Oob do? I want to say Oob still does overgoo, but maybe there's a teleporting wrong warp strat nowadays. I haven't kept up. Maybe we'll get four overgoos, maybe even 1 Tog in there. No, Nick is the Tog gamer of the world.
That'd be cool to see a Tog.
There is a Tog in the world record for the first time, I think, ever as well.
Really? That's sick. That's super cool.
Actually, like, just unreal. Oops, still doesn't overdo. Yeah, that's what I thought. I know
And
there's
Shizzal is now
some
moving.
other good show. Okay, we're getting in.
And then now he's not moving. Now he'll be there for a bit.
Toggers in the chat. Yes, Salmon halfway through the game. Shizzal beginning to play the game.
Yeah. Oh, Shizzal with this view snap by.
I was about to say, I hope that is supposed to happen. my mouse does that sometimes when there's dust in the sensor. We do have active cheating going on. I believe Sarahh is loaded, so just fair warning.
Oh, fair enough, yeah. And there he goes. Now he's moving.
All right, here we go. It's officially on. Where do you think is going to be in like a marathon setting? Where is going to be our big points of like not no return, I guess, but like I know Bets Rider is a big one.
Yeah, I mean, if Shizzal misses Bets Rider, there's definitely going to be quite a time difference, and it's also going to change up routes a little bit. But knowing Shizzal, I think he gets it a pretty good rate, and even then, it doesn't save a whole ton of time in the scheme of like an event like this.
Yeah.
I mean, any other mistake could.
I think one thing that he mentioned was he doesn't remember the route because the route varies if you miss it or something like that. I'm not entirely sure.
I mean, that's fair. Yeah, it doesn't.
I think he'll reload for it, or maybe it was a different trick. I remember he said one thing. If he misses it, he said he doesn't remember the old route.
I mean, it probably is Bets Rider, and all things considered, there's not a whole lot of like outright route differences. There's some obviously with Bets Rider it'll be a bit faster, but the only big change would be column blocker.
How far into the run is Bets Rider?
It's gonna be about, I think it's like 11 or 10 minutes.
Okay, so
maybe
coming up
9ish. Yeah, it's coming up in a couple of chambers. It's after the secret panel one where it looks like he's gonna shoot through a wall.
Oh yeah.
And then I don't have much comments on how Salmon's doing so far.
Yeah,
Shizzal looks
actually
like he's
playing
been
pretty well.
solid.
No major mistakes so far. This I'm not too smart at like estimating time without splits, but they are. I should have had their PBs written down somewhere, but they're probably on like a 13 pace right now. I'd guess a high 13 pace.
Oh, Shizzal grabbing the other cube. That's classic.
Like a little soft lock cheese prevention stuff.
Yeah, but the first cube that he was supposed to shove through the door got grabbed in such a way to where it flung across the room and he got lost. So he just grabbed the other cube.
If the enrichment center is currently being bombarded with fireballs, meteorites, or other objects from space, please avoid unsheltered testing areas wherever a lack of shelter from space. So yeah,
Salmon getting into the later game. This is where I think the category gets really challenging. I think going into 16 right now. They're going into, or yeah, so 16. I think after this is where, I mean, 17 isn't terrible. It could be challenging, but generally it's not like a huge point of failure. Ooh, that portal barely getting through.
Ooh, that was close for Salmon. This is the late game for Portal 1 is significantly harder from experience and playing in both.
Yeah. I mean, where do you think it's like? Is it the early game in Portal 2? Is it the mid game, or is it just the overall length of the game? It kind of all adds up.
The hardest, in terms of outright difficulty, I would say the hardest part is probably chapters 6 and 7. Just because there's a lot of stuff that takes some level of precision while also
actually seeing the seam shot. Yeah, I haven't. This is that's awesome. So yeah, I guess that takes a bit of the variance, I guess, with having to deal with energy pellets out of 17. Only have to hit it once. Don't really have to worry about the wall strafe, AFH, or anything. Not too shabby.
Also hit it pretty efficiently, so that's gonna save time over the original strat, right?
I'm a big fan of that strat.
I've been meaning to boot up Portal 1 again and do a run with it. Looks cool.
Yeah, I feel like every category has majorly changed since the last time I played.
Yeah.
All right, this is gonna be a big one. 18 into 19. Let's see.
There she is. What a nasty piece.
Classic
then-
probably flings here, no reportal. Sorry, we're getting a little Discord interruption. I keep cutting you off. Ooh, drunk camera.
That's all good. This is where Shizzal's going to be doing Bets Rider, so we're going to
Ooh,
see
okay.
how that's going to go.
Oh, is
so
this
I
the
think
pause
that's
boost thing? Is that what Bets Rider is?
Yeah. So it's going to be the pause boost thing, except the thing is about Bets Rider is the hardest part of it is if you don't get on... If the clipboard doesn't drop the player down early, then routes change up.
I
Because
see, okay.
with this trick, you can reset on the pause boost pretty efficiently. You only lose, I'd say, 2-3 seconds per reload. But you cannot reload on the clipboard because you'll lose about 1:30. So it's pretty brutal if you don't get it in a
Yeah,
marathon
okay.
setting.
As long as it doesn't start, moving up. Now, escape pod, escape pod.
And yeah,
D-lag looking good so far. Second lag a little more challenging, but getting to it pretty effortlessly.
No, makes it go faster.
Portal 1 watching from a outsider perspective is always pretty funny to watch.
Yeah, that's a lot. Ooh,
Yeah.
nice. Clipping the portal, but still getting the lag.
Looks like Shizzal having a bit of trouble getting the clipboard off of his gun. There he goes.
Just so this is just you use the hitbox of the player to knock the clipboard into the center, or like.
So here, this standing on the clipboard works pretty much most areas on the incinerator, but knocking it towards the middle is just a little bit quicker
I see. Okay.
overall.
Alright,
Because
coming
all
into
the game
escapes
is
here,
gonna
too.
because all the game's gonna check for on the clipboard is just to make sure that the player is standing on it. Because if the player is standing on it, then it allows the hitbox to stay in the middle and then fall early into the end level tree.
Okay. And this is looking good so far, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it looked good.
We'll know in a
So
few seconds if the cutscene gets interrupted, right?
Yeah. If you don't see the player's hitbox fall,
Oh,
you got
okay.
it. Yeah.
There we go. I saw the like little particles. All right, here we
Yeah.
go.
And hell, I mean, if Shizzal gets a good incinerator here, he could get a sub 13 chapter 1, which is pretty solid.
Flippy
all things
Skippy's
considered.
giving Salmon some problems here, unfortunately. Looks like they're gonna opt for a backup strat. This is definitely the smarter thing. You don't want to spend 30 seconds on one trick. Trying to get the portal behind. There's really weird hitbox on the slanted moving platforms in Portal 1. I know Portal 2 has a
Yeah.
lot more moving stuff. I don't know if it has the same jank.
Not really, just because I don't know about Portal 1 as much, but you can't really place stuff on moving platforms in Portal 2.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, it will fizzle your portal if it begins to move in this as well. Alright, coming into the last
Yeah.
map of the run. Looking like we're still gonna get a sub 14 if all things go well here.
Yeah, that's a pretty
see.
solid pace, right? All things
Yeah,
considered.
definitely. I believe it's like within roughly a minute of their PB, I believe, if they finish sub 14. Okay, they got the portal down there. That's the more important part.
Sorry about the mess. I've really let the place go since you killed me.
Uh,
Yeah,
this
overall, not a
trick
very
is so
bad single
funny.
lag.
Really let the place go since you killed me. By the way, thanks.
It looks like he got killed.
So is Shizzal trying to avoid getting airlocked or something?
By the way,
So yeah, because I think that was his issue he was having, just getting too much speed and
Okay.
kept going.
we have
That and just in my experience from playing the map and
Core
CM,
fog looking good. Gonna be getting a final time here. I'm gonna try to get this ready to switch. Hopefully without
this
interrupting
next
the
test
viewing
involves
experience at
discouragement
all.
redirection cubes.
and
I just found
1343
There it
for
goes,
Salmon.
and straight into Eltref. Here we go.
Well done. Here come the test results.
So now they're about
You
synced
are a
up
horrible
in
person.
terms of player
That's what it
to
says. You're a horrible person.
in terms of both of the players, because Portal 1 had a bit of an earlier start.
Yeah, it was about 10 seconds ahead.
Don't
It
let
did
that
seem
be
like
the
I was
reason to
keeping
push
track.
you.
The timers got a little
Just
closer. I think Portal
If it
1
makes
just
you
had
feel
he had a
any
little more
better, scientists
save
have
loads overall
validated
loading
the
for
birth
mistakes
mothers.
maybe.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Not on the test. Most
Overall, I
programmers
think
will
too with
suspend
SAR,
your
aren't the
turbo
Portal 2 loading
failure.
streams pretty
I want to
fast?
congratulate you on
they're pretty
beating the
fast,
boss and
except they're
somehow
still not
taking
as
people
fast as
on
Portal
with your
1's,
power.
I
Okay.
believe.
Yeah.
Because Portal ones have always
Portal
just
one's
had
vary a lot, but
really,
yeah, if
really
you have a
fast.
decent storage like an SSD or NVMe SSD, you're definitely gonna have like instant loads. I play
Yeah.
on DX8 as well, so my loads are like non-existent.
I see.
All right, portal opening up here, so we're going into glitchless, a category that I should still be familiar with all of the strats that we're seeing at the very least. Opting no cube throw. See, I respect that. In this household, we place the cubes because it's just not worth it.
Yeah. Well,
Shout out
especially in a
Asher's for getting sub 16 without throwing the cube. I think me and Ash were the
That's
first
fire.
two to do that.
That's fire.
Oh, I
Cube
think I know
throw
this
is-
map that Shits is playing. Yeah, I did CM on this map where you jump on the cube and then go into the portal.
That's cool. Yeah, this map is a lot of fun in CM. And
So is that camera just
pretty-
for safety to kind of so he can throw the cube and it catches it with the camera?
No, so what the camera's doing there is the moment that a prop is placed on that button, the end level dialogue plays.
Oh,
Um,
okay. So it's just the way they did the in out on the triggers.
Yeah. But it doesn't check for a specific prop. It just checks for a prop.
Okay, and
Which is
the
why-
elevators are tied to dialogue in Portal
Yeah.
2.
Yeah, they're pretty tight dialogue. I think there's only a couple instances in the game where the dialogue is short enough where you can just go, or even in some cases it's long enough to where you can
Okay.
just go. And even the map Shizzal is on is one of them,
Okay.
because that dialogue goes on for forever, to the
Yeah.
point where you hit the game's safety, or what's the way to describe it? I guess safety trigger to make sure that the player isn't just going to get stuck in an elevator
see,
and then
yeah.
soft lock.
Pre-fizzle looking good from alatreph going into 03. I respect the no view model. There's no portal gun. Actually
Yeah.
improves it. Gives you 1% more speed. Most people don't know
No
that.
view model gang.
That's why I had to call you garbage a second
And
time.
oh,
Ooh, getting
Acid's
portal
had-
boosted on the 270, the 180 rather.
Guilty consciences are more easily startled by
And then Acids had the word I was thinking of, failsafe.
Failsafe, yeah. Shout out Acids.
I don't know why that went off. Anyway,
True.
I eventually do want to do more games versus Portal. I'm thinking like maybe Half-Life 2 versus like AMC minus unrestricted, like the old AMC before the category split. Also stuff
Nah.
like maybe Portal 2 co-op versus Portal 1 2-player 1 controller kind of stuff.
Oh wait, that would be fire.
Yeah, because I think
That would
one
go
of the co-op categories is roughly 20 minutes, right?
For AMC record is I think a 25 something if I remember right, and then any percent I think it's technically 19 minutes, but it is pretty unoptimized as it currently stands.
Yeah, so what I remember asking somebody like if that category is like marathon friendly or something, like if it could be done in a one go kind of setting, because then I think Nick and Corgus, their 2-player 1 controller run is about 20 minutes as well.
I see.
But yeah, other stuff. I mean, even like Half-Life 1 could work. I mean, I don't know. There's so many different categories and things in Left 4 Dead that I'm sure there could be overlaps in multiple categories
Yeah.
that could work out for a race.
Oh, and Burger actually had a good point that the loads in co-op are way longer because
Oh,
it has to
okay.
connect two players.
Yeah,
rather
that makes
than just
sense. I
one.
mean, we would ultimately go off of game time, but yeah, it would probably just offset the viewing experience a little bit.
Look at you.
What did Shizz's gun say there? Mr. or your boy Shizzle?
It says,
yes.
yeah, your boy
Classic.
Shizzle.
Not opting for the better, fundamentally better 07 strat,
Enjoy
going
this
for the
next
classic
test.
point that I,
I'm
for
going
some
to
reason,
go
am
to the
terrible
surface.
at.
It's a beautiful day out. Yesterday I saw a deer. If you solve this next test, maybe
So
I'll
far,
have
looking
this one-
pretty good though for the glitchless run. Oh,
Yeah, and this one's a cool strat for P2.
oh yeah, this is a good one. I like this map.
Well, you passed the test. I didn't see the deer today. I did see some humans. But with you here, I've got more test subjects than I'll
Yeah,
ever
I mean,
need.
what's Alatreff's kind of ETA on glitchless?
I'm guessing right now they're probably honestly in like the 1540 pace, maybe 1550 pace. It could even be a little better than that, but I'm kind of predicting like that they're not going to play to their golds for the rest of the run because I know they are quite a like high level glitchless runner. They definitely have some very good
Yeah.
golds. But I'm expecting a sub 16 for sure from them.
That's a solid time. Sub
Oh yeah,
16.
definitely. Especially like glitchless is a lot of people think that it's like easy to get consistent times in because you know there's not a lot of like I mean there is a lot of tricks, but I mean people compartmentalize what isn't a trick depending on if it's a glitch or it isn't, but there's a lot of challenging stuff, especially in the later half glitchless now if you want to play towards that top 15, top 10 level. You know, 15 Zeroist Cycle, 16 Spider-Man, 17 Fling, 18 has always been challenging with the overheads and stuff like
Yeah.
that. 19 obviously always been challenging. I think some people say Spider-Man makes it a bit easier. It's still very challenging overall. And the escapes obviously are at top level glitches, so kind of
Yeah.
kind of a nightmare.
Oh, and a giggle. You probably did hear a
Ooh,
gold
yeah.
noise from Shizzal because he asked prior to the stream if he could keep it on in the event that he golded. So that's cool that he
Love
ended
that.
up golding.
Let's go. Shiz is out here, wants to stomp on the names of all who oppose him.
It looks like alatreph gonna go for the toss.
Looking
And,
good. Yep, and nice. Going for the... I guess, I don't know if it's safer or smarter how you'd break it, but going for the portal through the door to... Just in case the button deactivates, you know. Everyone knows the classic source, or at least the Portal 1 buttons can be very odd.
Yeah.
Hey, look above Shizzal's gameplay. This looks familiar.
The point is, yesterday was your birthday.
Oh yeah. Laser
This is the
relays.
last
Let's
time I
go.
played Portal 2. My quick save was here, so this is where I got the screenshot from. Because
Fair enough.
it was the day that the camera fly thingy was found for that strat,
Oh
the CM.
yeah.
Yeah, that was the last time I played Portal 2, and like the first time.
Did you end up hitting the strat with it and getting
I
top
did,
40
but
with
it was not. My other time was faster, I think,
Oh, fair enough.
because
Yeah.
I was doing it an old strat before that, and then I was trying the camera one, and I ended up getting a few, but I might have gotten a time that was faster than that. I don't think it. I think it was. I was a little too late, and there was a bunch of the runners had gotten times already.
I see. Yeah,
Ooh,
the
looking clean. Clean standard first cycle 15.
that was clean.
So that's interesting. It's a small
No column boost. Resident sleeper.
I will say, like, out of all the categories, I'd say glitchless is just the hardest to optimize.
I
The movement
personally have
is-
always leaned that no slaw is the hardest. I just think no slaw is it's so precise of like the like A hop in Portal 1 is so hard to control in like closed and cramped spaces like that. It is the game. It goes to say. I mean, you could really argue that any of the categories at world record level are the hardest because that's just how optimized the game is now, which is
Yeah.
really awesome to see. Seen some inbounds in chat. I've always found myself to have an easier time improving in inbounds than no slaw. I've always liked inbounds and glitchless. Those are the two categories I've always felt like I was able to pick things up and like learn kind of quickly.
Yeah, that's fair.
No
I mean,
slaw is just it's rough.
Yeah. I mean, inbounds is, I think, the one category that I haven't properly played before.
Yeah,
I plan on
inbounds now
doing
with
it.
like 04 skip and all that stuff is just absolutely insane. Alatreph thinking
Yeah.
about that seam shot, wishing they could use it. Sadly, gonna have to carry this cube all the way down both hallways.
Oh, do you guys have speedball strafing in a Portal 1 as well?
Yeah, yep.
That's cool. That's cool.
Classic source wall strafing. We don't get to use it too much, but I mean, no slaw, you use it a little bit, but in that, well, not
Oh, wait,
anymore
is
with the
this
seam
the-
shot. Ooh, we're
Oh,
seeing
this is the cool
fling.
strat.
Let's go.
go.
First
I
try,
love that
no
strat.
problem. Getting the cube as well, doesn't even need to put a portal down to go back for it. Not throwing the camera into the door and wedging it to save time. Slightly slow, but not everyone can keep up
Good
with
throw.
that.
Oh, that's fun. I love that route because I saw when I first got
Inbounds O2 skip,
routed.
true.
Oh, it would be funny if there was inbounds O2 skip in the event. Oh no, Shizzle having a hard time with Jerry. Oh, he is.
So what is going on here?
So, in this game, if you crouch, oh, and he got it that time. If you crouch at a certain time in elevators, you can get pushed through the floor of it.
Oh,
And
okay.
in this level only, it's faster because the end of the level is denoted by a player trigger.
Oh,
Since there's
okay. That's kind of like
supposed to be
Chamber
a
10.
small,
That's kind of like Chamber 10 in Portal 1.
yeah, because there's supposed to be a small cutscene that plays, but you just kind of like
Okay.
skip it. Oh, and did Shizzle get fast chorus? I didn't even see it.
I'll say
That's
yes
fire.
because I don't know what that is. Let's go, Shizzal.
And yeah, as Burger said in chat, thankfully it's the only elevator where it saves time because it can be done very quickly. However, it is pretty tedious. It's pretty universally the least favorite skip in No Slot for runners.
It was easy, really. You just have to look at things
Hey, Spider-Man almost getting them to the door, falling out. I find it very hard to stay in the Spider-Man portal all the way to the opening the door. I don't know how people figured that out. But apparently it's easier, so kudos to them.
A real surprise with tragic consequences. What's going on?
Shizzle looks like doing good on getting those stands.
Yeah, those portal stands in Portal 2 are notably harder, I imagine, with no travel time on the portals.
I mean, they're a bit different. Just because in Portal 1 you have to react to when the portal hits in some times. Like
Yeah, okay, I see.
I forget the map where you do a bunch of peaks over like the goos where the platforms are supposed to be going by.
That's the old 19 route before Spider-Man.
Yeah, so like that one I found a bit easier with high travel time because you can just kind of
alatreph banned from the category for not reloading the save.
I mean, portal boosts are relatively random, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, you can manipulate them in certain ways, but that one, his jump got eaten, and instead he got portal boosted, and it gave the same end result. So, had that not happened, his jump would have just made it. Ooh, actually, another flippy skippy issue. Having his wall portal a little high there, so I think he hit his head on the catwalk. Lost line of sight for a second. Okay, glasses, both glass panes breaking. No problem there. See, vent skip first try, not bad. Looking good. Going into the last map again here. Shizzal in chapter 5.
Yeah. So what's Alatreff's pace looking like for glitchless at this point?
So right now we are looking at like a 15.4, like a 1540, maybe even a sub 1540. I didn't see their exact time loading into EO2, but sub my PB, which is like 1545 or something.
Yeah.
Playing out of their mind at I believe it is, what time is it in Australia right now? Like 5 a.m. Yeah, it could be a 3x. If this is played out perfectly, this could be a 3x. I don't know. I highly doubt they're going to be doing the core or the turret optimization stuff that Sidious posted recently. Oh, they are doing it. Okay, never mind. Let's fucking go.
Interesting. So is this something that is pretty easy to do, or is it something that
I don't think it's very hard. It's just coordinates and like there's a visual cue, but I mean, obviously because of how new it is, runners have a lot less practice. So doing something like this at the end of a marathon run, I just feel like is a little scary. I mean, obviously, I think that if they have the confidence to go for it, it's probably not going to be a problem. Oh yeah, the first one, that's also true. The first one is much easier than the rest, so they may just be going for this one. And yeah, it looks like they did do it, no problem. So what you look for there is when the turret loads the rockets into the magazine, you use that as a cue to jump, and that will get the turret to shoot GLaDOS. And yeah, it looks like they're just opting for normal turret strats from here, which now that makes sense, because The later ones are quite difficult.
See that scanner out there, right?
I see.
Right, and blue
That's
portal
cool.
going good.
And it's using that
Alright, I gotta
And
get
then,
ready to switch here. Yeah, sorry, what were you saying?
And then something that happened a bit ago in Shizzal's stream is he hit conveyor skip first try, which is a very
Ooh.
difficult trick in turret
Let's go.
sabotage. Shout out Shizzal.
So yeah, we're seeing a 1537.
That's really good.
And here goes Nick.
So this one I think could
So yeah,
quite possibly determine it if he gets no saw vault skip, right?
yeah, so this is virtually, for those who don't know, this is as RNG as it gets for Portal. Pretty much without saving and loading, yeah, so it looks like they didn't get it there. Just gonna end up having to wait the portal sequence out here. So this is gonna look really similar to the first run, other than 17 looking a little different. So without save loading, it's kind of just a hope and a prayer that you get pushed through the glass. As far as I know, no one really has an idea why it's so random. But it's pretty expected. I mean, honestly, it's probably less than a 1% chance for most people's success rate on that trick.
Yeah, we love Source Vifas.
Yep.
Vifas. We all love it very much. And
All the
pretty
big
decent
brains
types
we
right
have in Portal 1 are not enough to crack no slaw vault skip, unfortunately. But Nick is the world record holder as of a few days ago for normal no SLAs, so gonna be relatively impressive time, even though they aren't gonna be getting that 50 seconds or so of time saved from vault skip.
Yeah. And I think right now it's pretty, I'd say it's pretty even in terms of the race going on. Because Shizzal's got about
Yeah, if we
anywhere
have
from 28 to 30-ish left probably, and
we have
that's
any
probably
mathematicians
around
in the
same
chat,
range.
you can, if anyone wants to check like his PB, like the next load screen versus the load screen of the race. Any chatters on the move? I don't have enough monitors right now to do that myself, unfortunately.
Because I'm trying to think, what did Salmon end up getting? I forget.
It was like a mid 13. I don't know the exact time. Probably like it was like a 13:30 something, maybe 40 something.
Yeah, so then I would say I think the
See
Portal
if-
1 crew is ahead by probably 30 to 45 if I had to guess. But we'll see how the rest of the runs end up going, because I know inbounds tends to be a pretty fickle category at times, right?
Yeah, inbounds has a lot of. I mean, there's a lot of tricks that just have low force where you really can almost do nothing wrong and just kind of like the cube can just drop in an unfortunate way, or you can get unlucky with just like the physics of standing on the cube. But yeah, inbounds I think is going to be kind of the determining factor here for what's going to happen.
I see.
Seriously though, goodbye.
Inbounds, I guess out of bounds too. Out of bounds does have a lot of things that kind of are very, very required to have a good run and have a good chance of just going wrong. It's a very reset heavy category, just like inbounds is. Probably, arguably more reset heavy. Maybe not as of recently because it's no more rubby, but no, I guess that's not recent.
Yeah.
It was years ago now, but it's enough.
And it's crazy to think that Vault Skip was found, like, what, 2 years ago now? 3?
Yeah, I was just talking about this because
That's
it was
nuts.
while I was hosting the inbounds double elimination bracket tournament in 2021 is when that Zionic ruined the game forever.
Man. Oh yeah, because he found it like mid tourney.
Yes, exactly.
That's insane.
Yeah, there was
That's
a
actually
huge
nuts.
community push. There was a lot of community focus on inbounds during that event, just because it was a very big scale event. It was ran over weeks. There was like, I made merch to to fund a prize pool with donations as well. And it was I don't even remember how many people it was. I think it was like 30-ish people. Best of 3s and stuff like that. Best of 3 inbound speedruns.
Well, in that, did you have anybody that kind of went further than they would have normally just from adapting vault save pretty quickly, or how did that end up going?
There
match-wise?
definitely, yeah. I mean, there was definitely at the beginning. There was definitely some people who were like, a lot more people were struggling with vault skip at the time. So there was definitely, especially towards the end of the race, there was a few races that were almost solely decided by vault skip. And
That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, it's the way you can look at it in either way. It could be unfortunate that it comes down to that, but it's also almost seeing the TAS overview, seeing a nice right side walk instead. But
Wait,
yeah,
you can
the way I like to look at it is that, you know, the game was progressed so much, and I think I am glad I allowed it during the tournament because it just progressed the trick and allowed people to give people motivation and like almost like a pushing force to get more consistent at the trick for the sake of the tournament.
Yeah. Well, because I
through that underdoor portal.
at the time it was pretty, the way that it was initially done was pretty inconsistent, right? Because I feel like I remember it evolved pretty quick.
Yeah, it was like over the span of like one day. It was crazy. I remember there was a bunch of us in a voice call when when it was first found. Everyone was losing their minds. Everyone was launching Portal, trying to try it for themselves.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Because that's probably the single biggest skip in the entire game, right? In terms of like glitchless.
It saves like over 45 seconds in technically 3 categories or 4 categories realistically. I mean, technically in Oob, I think it saves a little less because of the other things.
Yeah.
Dino's saying in one of my airlock matches I had a vault skip pickup that lost me the round. Yeah, that was very late in the tournament as well.
That's unfortunate.
Losers finals, yeah, that is the highest of stakes. Well, I guess not technically, but virtually. So yeah, Nick playing very well right here. Probably, so no vault skip. Probably still looking at a mid 11, I'd imagine.
Yeah. One thing I remember in that vault save time was that Can't Even randomly had inbounds record.
Yeah, that was a fun time, and because it was 04 skip was also found shortly after the tournament, or maybe also during the tournament. I don't even remember, to be honest.
Yeah.
So there was a big chunk cut off of inbounds, and I mean also out of bounds because of vault skip at the time. I'm happy to have been a part of that that historical moment in Portal 1, that the vault skip that was heard around the world, if you will.
Yeah. Well, because it was a pretty big deal even just in general speedrunning, because I remember that I saw
it's one of the most
multiple
popular
articles
games.
about that.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't even know about that. It was one of the biggest, like, just active player-wise, biggest speed games, getting, you know, like, more than 10% of its run cut off from one trick. Especially, and it's such because of how short of a category, or I guess game it is already. I think that is even more of an impressive feat for that reason. Oh, 4 skip was before vault skip. Okay.
Oh, and then forgot to mention, Shizzal's now in that kind of hard part of the game that I was mentioning earlier, chapter 6 and 7. Yeah, because chapter 6 is a bunch of kind of harder tricks, but once we get into chapter 7, there is just a lot of tricks that can lose time
they
just
add
from
up quick.
them. Yeah.
Seeing seam shot here. Seam shot into vertical angle glitch. Love to see it.
Oh, that's interesting. I forgot that this was like a thing that people did.
Yeah, so I think Nick having a little problem there. They're doing it with an interesting DPI setup because I think their mouse is DPI scaling or something, but getting it nonetheless. Getting in there. Now this will be an impressive chamber to watch Nick do. I love chamber 18.
Let's get started. This first test involves something the lab boys call repulsion gel. You're not part of the control.
Yeah, Burger, this Portal 1 game has some pretty funky teleportation in it.
Yeah, It's like is that like a floating point number bullshit? I think that's why vertical angle glitches work. It's like it teleports you
Really?
3 times in one tick because of some funny things like that. Yeah, Nick
That's
absolutely destroying Chamber 18.
So is Nick's pace still kind of around that low 12, or what are we?
Probably sub 12. I would think
Sub
sub 12 for sure right now. Maybe I don't know. I guess let me look at so they're what? I guess yeah. 10 minutes into 19. This is looking pretty good. Like I think it was 9:40 something into 19. I'd be surprised if we see like a high 11:40, maybe something in that ballpark. Ooh, going out of bounds by accident there. This is such an interesting strat.
Huh. And then I think we're gonna see Shizzal do some view snap. Looks like he just
Shout out to Nick
disabled his
putting
angle
on a
decay.
show with that trick. I know they don't do it very often.
Fair enough.
What were you saying with Shizzal there? Sorry.
Shizzal doing the kind of the view snap that pretty much everyone does nowadays.
The meta snap.
Yeah. I mean that view snap made that map way better, because prior to that view snap, you had to do a really precise seam shot, like 4 decimals deep.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
It was so bad. But at least with that view snap, it looks slow, but damn, it got me a nice 10-second gold when I implemented it, so I can't complain.
Love them free numbers. Love a number go down.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, coming into GLaDOS, looking like probably an 11:50 something here, if my brain serves me correct. Probably like 11:57. No, it might be a little lower than that.
Yeah, it sounds Eagle's guess sounds about right, I think. If I know the numbers. Yeah, 11:56. It's pretty solid.
Sarah having warming up still on stream.
Uh-oh.
Sarah! How dare you, Sarah?
Let's see,
guys, go to the link in the title, guys.
And then, so they're not getting vault skip, so it's maybe
they should pop through here. Yeah,
there we go.
Usually, once you're a good bit through, a few more save loads will get you out of there.
Clean through.
Remove warming up. Oh, nice. Okay, they don't play on full screen, so they're able to do it.
There we go.
If you guys want, here, you know what? Let me do it first. Let me be the first.
Oh, and then this chamber coming up next for Shizzal is going to be the one that sees if we get a decent run or if we get one that's going to be slightly mediocre. Just because this map is consistent for most players. Well, for the most part, it's consistent, but it's a trick that very much tends to bite people in the ankles a lot of the time.
Nice sinister red timer. Oh, it's gone. Never mind. Back to the foreboding green.
Yeah.
So this is this a super reportal coming up?
Yeah, so this is Lemonade skip. Probably, I think it's the second biggest skip, maybe third biggest. Oh, and he got it. Let's go.
All right, looks good.
This. Yeah, and he got good lunch on top of that, so he's chilling. But that skip tends to be particular sometimes.
Yes, so aspects of that are RNG. I saw Burger in chat saying super precise.
Yeah, it's not like specifically RNG. It's pseudo RNG, if anything.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Because I believe Task gets it consistently.
Right, coming into 04 skip, this is going to be a big turning point. Or I guess it maybe not will be, but it definitely could. Gonna want to see a quick grab of the cube. Nice, no radio grabs. Okay, missing one hop there, not too bad. Okay, lowering their FPS for the item climb. Looks good. Oop.
Oh, this trick is funny.
Okay, getting the cube surf. Nice. Looking good. Very small time loss there. Ultimately, definitely still worth going for. Getting a little bit of buffer. Subscribe to Sarahh. Ooh, are we going to be seeing... Okay, never mind. I thought we were going to be seeing the camera preserve thing, but I forgot what category this is. We're doing in front.
Oh, and she's all getting the other Super Reportal first try. I just noticed that now.
Let's go.
So he's
Is that
gonna be
that trick confuses me. So are you like charging your reportal by placing more portals?
Yeah, so by placing each portal, the game continually tries to push you out with 200 velocity, but since you're stuck, the game does not get rid of that velocity.
It just adds it up. Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a limit?
The only limit is the hard speed cap at 3,500.
Okay, yeah,
but
for access, yeah.
technically speaking, your velocity can go over that number,
No
but
preserve,
when you get
unfortunately.
released, then it only releases you to 3,500 speed.
I see. Okay.
Oh, that's funny, is it? Oh, it's funny because we.
And then here's gonna be our cube throw.
Oh yes.
This one saves about 50 seconds, so let's hope Shizzal can get it first try.
You guys ever heard of this guy called M Sushi on YouTube?
Yeah, Sushi.
I have seen that button in one of his internet videos.
Yeah.
Oh, but I tell you, when I do test, oh man.
He's a small lad from I don't even know where the fuck he lives, to be honest. Probably America.
Like, if I remember right, it's like Boston area, but I could be wrong.
Oh, that felt really good.
Ooh, mega lol. Back to the game.
This is so difficult. Why don't you just keep solving this?
And then Shizzal, I think right now with his pace that he has, I think he's got about 13-ish minutes left.
Alright, so Shizzal, he's pushing for that sub 1. He wants it.
Yeah. So then...
Ooh, Sarahh, unfortunate.
Because I would say, what, Sarahh has about 6 minutes to go, and then Alias has
less
about...
than that, realistically. Sarahh probably, with loads, I suppose about 15, probably about 6 minutes.
Because I don't know what Sarahh tends to get in terms of like a consistency level.
Yeah, I'm not sure as of recently.
She's top 3 inbounds, right?
The leaderboard may not be entirely up to date, but probably top 3, at least top 4.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it looks like they're 4th on the leaderboard right now.
Gotcha. And then here comes the funny glitch from Shizzal, where we use no clip, but it's legal.
Yes, my favorite. Cheating. So this is why you guys load SAR, I see.
Yeah, exactly.
For a free no clip.
Yeah, this one, I'm curious to see how Shizzal does in Chapter 8. Because Chapter 8 is one that people say they tend to be the most consistent at. However, it's another one of those chapters
Sarahh
where...
doing the, sorry to interrupt, Sarahh doing the I can't even, is that...
Oh, the
called
wrong
a
warp.
wrong warp? Yeah, this is a wrong warp, okay. Very, crazy stuff happening. All of what this does is preserving the portal that she's about to place as she goes into the next level, so it will preserve the coordinates of the portal in 14 in Chamber 15, allowing them to immediately be in the last room.
I love wrong warps. Wrong warps are some of my favorite things in gaming.
Brings me back to the beat Goma wrong warp to the tower collapse in Ocarina of Time.
Yeah. And then also, speaking of wrong warp, I know Burger 40's in chat. When are you getting record with Toast Skip? Hmm.
He burnt
So the
Toast Skip.
last test was seriously disappointing. Apparently,
Geegulp. I actually don't know if Shizzal's ahead. I think right now
Very
Portal 1
close.
might be ahead by a little bit, but it is very close. Like a few mistakes from either could be the decider.
Realistically, about 9 minutes of gameplay remaining for Portal 1.
Yes, I'd say, yeah, you guys are probably ahead by about a minute then. Because I think Shizzal's on pace for around a 58-59. Burger can correct me if I'm wrong, because he probably has
Shizzal's
a bit
timer
more...
isn't going red, but it was going blue.
I want to say
There,
that
it's like right
blue...
now it's blue.
I want to say light
This is
blue
plus
is that he's
17?
losing time, but that he's gaining time on his split, but then dark blue is he's outright losing time. And
Okay. And we're getting a
looks like
little
Sarah's
bit
got
of
a
trouble.
cheat
Yeah, a little bit of trouble on turretless. Very, very tough trick. Oh, there we go. Toggle Duck, I believe, is saving them right there. Love to see a good Toggle Duck.
don't mind me, just moving
Oh, and apparently Shizzal's only plus 17 on submitted PB, so then that is about a mid 58 pace.
Okay,
So
so
this
it's
is
definitely
pretty close.
Might
So
come
it's-
down to the demo times.
absolutely sure
Yeah.
you're solving these correctly. I mean, yes, you solved it, but I'm wondering if maybe there's a number
Well, and
of
I know
ways to
for
solve them.
Portal 2 at least, the live split time tends to be more accurate than some of the more
Okay.
public parsers we use. I don't know about
Well,
Portal
yeah,
1 in terms
Shizzal
of
will
its
at least
timing,
have
but-
the live split time. We might have to go back to the other runners, or at least go back in the VOD and see exactly what their timer stopped on, because I'm
Yeah.
very intelligent and didn't write it down.
At once.
I was gonna put a
That's
little
so
part of the
sick.
overlay to fill the times in, but I made all of this overlay stuff very last minute because I forgot I had to do all of it.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was like,
I
yeah, I'll
know
just
the-
stream on Friday. It's in 3 weeks, and then suddenly it was tomorrow, and then I had to make all the overlays and stuff.
Yeah. Looks like Sarah's having issues here with 19.
Yeah, so looking unfortunate. Trying to get set up for the SG. Just gotta get that portal into that room, and here should be safe from here. Looking nice and clean.
And then Shizzal with some more no-clip action.
One or two more tremors in there just for fun.
Looks like Shizzal... Yeah, there you go. His portal was a bit off.
I'm not a monster. Ignore what he's saying, though.
Then he gets that pretty quickly.
SG
And then I'm
looking
curious if
good.
Shizzal does the optimization here. And it looks like he does, yeah. Using the fact that he's invincible to just not die on the death triggers.
Love that.
Ah, you're alive! Great! Yeah,
Well,
just,
EO1
test
coming to an
ready
end.
for
Gotta
you.
jump to get that
Obviously
shot,
not what I'm
but
waiting
it
for.
looks good.
So, let's see here. Exit, exit, exit. There is no exit. Not a problem. I'll make an exit for your test.
Then something I'm realizing here that might give Portal 1 the edge is that there was a bit of time in between the timers of each of the categories.
Perfect. Let me go.
Where Shizzal's was running. So that's going to be something else to look out for.
Yeah.
Mind for other test subjects. No luck there. Everyone's still dead. Oh, I did find
Right,
something
looking at
out.
about a 9:39 right now.
Big surprise for you two. Seriously.
Yeah, and that's not even that bad of a time. Like, I know maybe for Sarah it's not the best, but overall
Oh,
pretty
one
solid.
core missing, so we get a 9:42. Oops,
And
I pressed the
now-
wrong button, so we got a little loading screen there, sorry. Alright, coming
It's
into the end of it.
Sorry, my fault.
So yeah, I would say, depending on how fast this goes for Alias, it's like maybe having a little bit of trouble with Vault Skip.
Yeah, looking like they're not properly stuck in the bed. Okay, this looks good now, though.
Yeah.
Might have
Oh, and
just pushed the radio
Shizzal-
into themselves too early there.
Oh, and
Ooh,
Shizzal with a
that
bad
is
fly.
unfortunate. Ooh, not a great save
Oh,
either,
but
right?
he's not at a good save. No, he has to figure out his saves here.
Ooh, going.
Oh, and he restarted
oh
level.
My
Wait,
God.
or it looks like he had to save way back. So yeah, both big mistakes. They kind of
Right at the end here, seeing everything fall apart.
Oh man.
Big surprise.
Both runners imagining they're probably choking right now, not knowing the other runner is also choking right now.
Yeah, oh, it's just all I think is too high again. No, he's
okay, he's good.
Oh,
That was very
wow.
scary.
That was a really close fly as well. Because getting ramped off of the top of that door, that's precise. But Shizzal into the final chapter. So maybe after that mess up, we're going to be seeing probably about a 59-ish pace here for Shizzal.
Gap jump coming in. This is a very deceptively hard jump. Nice. And I missed it there because I was enticed by Shizzal, but it looks like probably first try egg from Alias in chamber 01.
And gonna hit off a Wheatley's monitor here. Bonk.
Nice redirect.
Okay, look, I've decided I'm not gonna kill you. Okay.
Yeah, and I always love watching Oob runs. Oob runs are funny to watch.
Yeah, Oob right now is I think for a while now. I mean, the run hasn't changed too much, but it's a super entertaining run, regardless of your like if you've played Portal 1 or seen it, you probably can enjoy an Oob run. Very visually stimulating.
One thing I do kind of miss, and I know this is going to be an unpopular opinion, but I miss radio launch. That was always fun to that was always fun to just watch people do. Like I never myself actually did a completion of it, so I don't got the experience of it, but it was always just fun
seeing
to
someone
watch.
get a really nice low rubby launch. There's nothing quite like it.
And then a good fly from Shizzal getting underneath the pipe. And then he won't be able to die here because of invincibility.
Reloading on the overdo there. And they're just gonna opt to go for block jump instead. Yep. It is really picking the pace up here.
So now Shizzal probably got what 430 left. I don't know how much Alias has left.
Realistically, with loads, probably just about 4 minutes, maybe a little less.
Oh, yes, this is close. I mean, either way, it's just all gonna have a good time here, assuming that we have nothing tragic happen in Finale 4.
Now, isn't there's some shenanigans in that map? But do people do that in runs?
So not the tash shenanigans where you
no,
go
I know there's, but isn't there some other stuff that's was found relatively around that time too, but was RTA? Or am I misremembering?
Nothing that was super revolutionary. There's some theories that have been thrown out for CM level optimizations, but nothing crazy. And as Burger said in chat, yeah, he's about a 58 pace still if he has a good Finale 4. So it's coming down to the wire, as now we're gonna have some waiting from Shizzal.
Right, this is really gonna be a nail biter. We're about to be through very shortly. We're gonna be through with the under elevator section of the out of bounds run, getting into the escapes in just a minute here. Seeing some nice classic under elevator 3.
3 bomb-proof shields 4B, leading directly onto number 4, boom, throwing it. You know what? This plan is so good. I'm going to give you a.
And then I'm not the best differentiator of Oob paces, but are we thinking mid-6 or?
This is looking like at least I'd say sub 640 right now.
Yeah, about 2 minutes left there. About 2 minutes left for Shizzal. In RTA, this thing's going to be damn close.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're going to be seeing once it gets retimed, but... Shizzal with a clean throw.
50%. Vent system compromised. Neurotoxin offline. Reactor explosion.
Coming down to the wire. We got Zoochable in chat. Money on Shiz.
Let's go.
Quick, what's the situation? Oh,
Oh, she's having a bit of a hiccup there.
Ooh,
Double hiccup.
Gel situation.
Warning. Core corruption at 75%. Reactor explosion timer destroyed.
Now,
Reactor
will he get
explosion
the
uncertainty
double?
emergency preemption protocol initiated. This facility will self-destruct in 2 minutes.
So probably with that little hiccup, I would say now Shizzal's at about
59-10
59-10. Yeah. Getting the last core, and then there'll be a little bit more waiting before the early moonshot.
100%.
So now Shizzal's just kind of waiting for time to move.
There's
Alias
some-
still.
Yeah, Alias is
doing a
looking
run
at
here.
about a 7-minute time right now.
Corrupted core. Are you ready to start?
What do you think?
Interpreting vague answer as yes.
I would imagine about a 650, 655.
Stalemate detected.
Yeah, I would think, yeah, Shizzal's going to have a 58 or 59-10.
Extinguishing.
Maybe a bit early, actually. Maybe I mistimed it.
Oh, that just cleans right off, does it? Well, that would have been good to know a little earlier.
So I think it is going to come down to the demo retime.
Oh no.
That's crazy. And Shizzal finishing with a
5904
59.04.
versus a probably 658, maybe 655.
Space! Ah!
One core
And-
missing, gonna be a 58. Woo!
All right, yeah. So it's
holy.
going down to retime.
In space!
We really, yeah, this is coming down to it.
Go, I'm still connected. I can pull myself
GG's to all the runners. Let's
Very
I'm
close.
gonna
RTA
drag
race.
everyone back in. They might be yelling, so fair warning.
Yeah.
Everything before that was 50-58.
Hello, everybody. We're gonna
Welcome.
probably need some retiming.
We are. That was close.
Yeah, that was incredible. You guys, everyone, Shiz isn't here. You guys did amazing. Everyone played very good. Yeah, what a good estimate. Seriously, god dang.
Wait,
Really kept it close.
dude,
I
I
would
played
say-
so consistently. What the hell?
I would say Alias and alatreph were the MVPs of this. They both had insane runs.
Oh man.
Wait.
Nick, that was a very average run for you.
Yeah, you're right.
Cheers.
Actually,
Here, I'll send my comparison against PV and VC text.
Oh my god.
If ever you just send their final times that way.
658.
Let me
By
check.
my math, Portal 1 works out to 57-56.
57, 56.
I might be off though.
Okay.
I got
Sorry,
11:56:28.
11:56.
Let me check
28.
right now.
I got 15:37.
I got. That's not right. Oh god. Are these not the right demos? Where's the?
If you don't have the demos, you can just look at your final live split time if you have it.
I'd have to go back into my stream because I.
What'd
Yeah,
you
we
say,
could.
Nick?
I mean, if we
close
need
it.
to, whatever's
We both
easier.
cut it pretty close to the minute barrier.
Yeah, we did. We both got it too. So-
Alias,
I thought I was gonna
nervous
get,
out of
like,
my
a
mind when Sarah yelled at me to go.
Dude, she said
Hello,
like
Shizzle.
go, and I just I instantly
Yo.
heart rate just shot up. Like that vault skip was so bad, mostly because I was like shaking.
How'd you feel about
Yeah,
that
the
run,
nerves.
Shiz?
I can't tell what happened. Did I lose? You wanna know how I feel about that run? I was plus 10 going into what was it, repulsion polarity, and then I lost 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, that was a
No.
really
Yeah.
impressive
That's a
polarity.
repulsion polarity moment.
I wouldn't have
Oh,
got.
Yeah,
I
we're
would've got the
crunching the
mid-58 in a
numbers
race.
right now.
Final
We're
time
crunching the
is 9.
numbers.
Here, I'll put in VC text.
Yeah, we're gonna have to add it. It's
22.
pretty close here.
I gotta get
You
the
were saying
1,000
no
spice
edible
digits
versus
and then-
fridge.
It's so true.
But I mean,
And it
my,
will do
my
every
chapters
category.
6 and
Okay.
7 are usually like some of my worst chapters, but they went really, really well in this run.
I was banking on you choking those.
And I
So
took
I have a
chapter
lead
8 instead.
into it. They were saying you were in like finale 3 when I was in 16. I was
I don't
doing
know
the
if-
math. It
that
was
wasn't me,
it was
that was-
scary. Actually, no,
didn't
I
say
wasn't in
that.
16. I was in like 9.
Were you in EO2 when I was doing Moonshot or something? How
I
close
don't
was
know.
it? It was that close?
It was that
It
close.
was
Yeah,
that close.
it was that close.
Oh
He
my
finished, like,
god.
in real time, like 20 seconds after you did.
I'm
Actually,
so
not
happy
even,
I
not
wasn't
even.
paying attention to the stream. I was calm after
If
I
it
mean,
was that
one.
close in
pull
real
up a
time, I think I
count.
lost.
Yeah, that might be what it is. But there is I mean there's loads in that. But yeah, I think it might be within about a minute. With loads removed.
Nice decimals, alatreph.
Who needs
So
decimals? Does it matter?
on retime, it is a 59:04.283 for Shizzal.
Right, and then let me convert to seconds. So I'm gonna
Wait, Edible, you got an
maps.
1156? That's crazy.
Yeah, it was
No way,
pretty good.
dude. Good job.
All right, so we got 658.
That would have been almost a PB for Alias if that vault skip went normal.
I was 3x pace in 19.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
That's nutty.
I was also 3x. I also would have been 3x phase, but no.
Smile.
Plus 11. That's 56 seconds.
Oh, also, hi, chat.
Hey guys.
chat.
I
Hi,
guess.
chat. What's up?
Oh man, there had to have been Portal 2 people making fun of me during that
I
run.
choked so hard on my run, it was very sad.
Me fucking too.
I mean, all things considered, it was a really solid run, even with the mishaps and propulsion polarity.
Hey, other Nick.
Overall, it was pretty good. I gained a lot of time in 6 and 7, like I said. I went from like plus 30 because I got jerried to
No.
Yeah.
How's the retiming going? Do
I think
we know yet?
I'm missing one person's time, or am I stupid?
No, everyone's
1,
time
2,
is
3.
listed.
Okay, wait. Maybe I'm stupid then. I might have missed
I
one.
know.
Yeah, I posted my splits above it. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I added that. I don't know what I did. Oh, I think I missed the 13:43.
Nick, you're getting a hello from Neptune Star 999.
Hey.
Oh yeah, I missed
Stream
that
Portal
one.
again, or I'll be even more sad.
Does Neptune have a sub 13 no slot? I don't remember.
I think so.
Yeah, it does.
Neptune, you need to get a sub 12 no slot. You should turn on your stream right now. Open OBS.
Yeah, so
this
I got the
instant.
same time alatreph did.
Oh,
Yeah, we won.
57, 56.
No,
So,
dude.
a minute and 10 seconds.
Oh, I guess load times were just crazy then. Wow.
Man,
Sorry, Shiz.
that's still really close.
No, man.
Ow.
GG's though.
I
I'm
should've
glad it
thrown
turned out
more
to
to
be
make it
so
more
close.
exciting.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for, I think.
Yeah, the whole timing just
What do you mean?
ended up
Eagle
working
just
out
said
pretty
rare
quick.
Shizzal L. What the hell? That's
It
like
is rare.
That's an
It's
average
like-
day for
that
Shizzal.
might be my first one.
First L ever seen. I mean, you're gonna have to tack that one onto the end of your name, bro.
Wait.
This is literally just a day in the life of Shizzal. I don't know what you guys are talking about.
I won back.
Shout out to all those who
now the
believed
Portal
in
2
the
disc was gonna
relay.
change.
I'm sure the RTA, like if you just watch it back, it'll be like really close and like really exciting.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to upload this to YouTube. I also would like to
Yeah.
do more stuff like this again. Maybe sometime in like a month or so. I could try to do
Yeah, this is
another event like this, Portal 2 versus Portal 1. I'm also interested in doing other Source games versus Portal 1. I think there's a lot of cool options. I hope you guys enjoyed racing in the event. I hope you guys enjoyed watching the event.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for
was fun.
having our time. Thanks for having us. you know?
Yeah,
You
thanks.
guys were all being so nice to schedule and easy to work with.
And thank you, chat, for watching.
Yeah, for all the
Make sure to
gifted.
subscribe to Portal Speedrun.
Thank you,
Always
Ninja. for the
remember-
gifted.
On the real.
Make sure to buy some Racing with Portals merch.
Make sure to eat your teeth and brush your vegetables.
Yes, and if ever anyone, if you want to plug, I mean, everyone's Twitch. Everyone, feel free to post your Twitch in the chat, or just type, because that will also post your Twitch in the chat. If you just
Let's
type a
go,
chat message.
self-promotion.
Self-promo
I am
time.
twitch.tv/alatreph.
And yeah, I think
Bridge, you don't
everybody
count.
stream
took the time
Alatreph?
today. None of us ever
Do I
stream
what?
anymore. We all play Portal.
I
No one's streaming.
stream.
It's true. Yeah, I
I'm
barely.
pretty sure I'm still streaming
Hey,
right
I'm
now.
gonna stream tomorrow probably. Not Portal.
Surely everyone's gonna start streaming again, and this game will
Exactly.
be alive once more.
Hey, I'm pretty good. I've been pretty good with my stream.
Yeah, he's playing. Shizzal's planning to stream. So if anything, watch the guy who's already popular. You know what I'm saying?
True.
Millie,
Oh,
hit,
yeah.
hit him, Fishy up.
And remember, bada bing, bada boom,
Oh, here we
Rude Boy
go.
Shizzle is in
Is
the
Is
not
in
in the
second
room.
place of 2
He's second
competitors.
place. He does not get in the winner's room.
Not
Oh
real.
my, we got his ass.
I'll race you in Portal 1. Shizal.
Sweepers only, but only in the Portal's all main categories.
No,
relay
so
versus
record
Portal
holders
system.
on.